Hey everyone, Lukas here. I recently felt the need to amplify my Larrivée, and since it doesn't come stock with a preamp and a Piezo pickup or something like that, I contacted my local shop and he recommended the LR Baggs Anthem, which I'm going to demonstrate you in this video. So the cool thing about the LR Baggs Anthem is that you can fit it in the sound hole. The controls are here. I can show you a close-up as well. You basically have the mix knob here, which changes from, if you turn it this way, it's all the Piezo pickup under the saddle. And if you go all the way this way, it's using the Tru-Mic of the system. And in between, yeah, that's just a mix. And just to mention that again, the Tru-Mic setting to the most on left also has some low frequencies of the Piezo as well. So it's not 100% the mic, it's always a mix. Then we have a phase switch for situations you need it. Then there's the volume knob and a battery knob, which if you hold it you can see if at the moment it's 5 lights, meaning the battery is full, and that's about it. There's one little section here at the black part where you can adjust the mic level, but that's been set up by the shop, so I don't need to mess around with it. So basically what I need is the mix and the volume. That's all you need when you're playing, when you're using it. So yeah, pretty simple in terms of controls, but the good thing is you don't need to drill a hole in here. Let me quickly grab my Camini. This is what it usually looks like with a preamp, and there's the 9-volt battery also inside here. But then again, you have an EQ with this one, and there's a tuner built in. Great features for sure to have an EQ and a built-in tuner. The big advantage of the LR Baggs Anthem is you get that mic sound. The Takamine and I would say most preamp systems that come on board on guitars just have the Piezo under saddle system, which is a very distinct sound. But if you want it more natural, more open sounding, like you put a mic in front of the guitar, in front of the sound hole, then this LR Baggs Anthem, this Tru-Mic system is great and gives you that sound. So in terms of installation, I bought it at a shop and he installed it for me as well and did a setup while he was working on the guitar, so thanks for that, Adi. The only things you can see here is the control wheels. If you look like this, maybe you can see there's the Velcro and the battery pack. It uses a 9-volt battery because there's a preamp as well. Instead of the strap pin, you have where you plug in your cable. All the cables, all the connections, it's all nicely hidden, so if you look in the sound hole, you pretty much just see the controls. In terms of price, the product itself cost me €277. US prices, I would reckon, are also around $300, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but around that. So it's not a cheap system, but it's great, and it's tested because it's been out for over 10 years, so it's not new. But since they're still selling it, yeah, it speaks for itself, I would say. Well, for the sound demo, I'm just cycling through some of the settings. I would just give you a couple of impressions with mostly the mic, mostly the Piezo under saddle pickup, and some mixed tones, just to give you an impression how it sounds. What I also like about it, if you're not happy with it, or if you don't need it anymore, or you want to have it in another guitar, you can also remove it and there's no permanent damage to your guitar, because it's just I think one tiny hole drilled under the saddle to get that Piezo through, but you're not able to see that. And other than that, there was no drilling as far as what Adi told me, so that's also pretty cool. So in terms of that, it's not a huge mod when it comes to the body of the acoustic guitar, which is pretty cool because you're not cutting out chunks of wood. Alright, I will leave the volume about 2/3 open. I'm not gonna max it. If you're hearing a little bit of reverb, that was added in post. I'm directly plugged into my Focusrite, so this cable goes into the Focusrite. There's no amp in between, there's no EQ adjustment or any effects going, so it's just really the guitar and the pickup system. There was 100% the Piezo and now 100% the mic. Back to the full piezo. Okay, I've put on my headphones, which are connected to the Focusrite, because otherwise I can't really hear what you're hearing. Just to try out some different in-between settings, which mix the mic, which is also placed under here, under the saddle, and the piezo. So yeah. For comparison, full mic. And full piezo. Some blending is again. I would say I'm like on the spectrum 2/3 of the mic and a little bit of this one for the low end frequencies now. Now full mic again. Piezo. Just a little bit of the mic. I think I like it with a little bit more of the Tru-Mic. Last Tru-Mic. That full piezo now. If it's sounding a little bit too bright, you can always add in a little bit more of this piezo. Alright everybody, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this demo of the LR Baggs Anthem. I think it's an amazing system. I haven't tested it in a live situation, but plugging it into a recording interface or to an amp, I used it with the Spark 40 and the Yamaha THR30. Both of them have acoustic amp sims as well. It sounds amazing, and with just the two controls you have, you get a great sound. If you need a little bit more bottom end, you can add more of this piezo pickup. If you want a brighter sound, you can use more of the mic. And if you really need an EQ pedal or some EQ, either your acoustic amp has that built in, or if you're recording, it's no problem at all. And otherwise, yeah, an EQ pedal might also work. But from what I heard through the headphones, it sounded great. There was nothing missing in terms of frequencies, so I'm pretty happy with this way it sounds like this. And yeah, I have to say I love this guitar even more now that it's even more versatile and I can plug it in. Thanks a lot for sticking with me until the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a like, leave a comment, and yeah, see you around. Bye bye.